Hi, my name is Alex Figueroa,
And my name is Lisette Figueroa.
and before I met my wife Lisette, life was very different, and it wasn't, until I met her that I decided to make a complete change in my life. I grew up in a Catholic, Roman Catholic church home, and I went to a private high school, and there is where my life really started. And I started questioning a lot of things, including faith, life, reality, and everything in general.
Okay, I was very fortunate enough to grow up in a Christian home with the support of my grandparents and my parents. I was very close to my grandfather, who was a big support and influence in my walk of faith with Christ. It wasn't until I was about 17 years old when my grandfather was diagnosed with cancer, where I started to doubt in the Lord. He was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer, a man that never smoked. I was so angry because he was such a good person and he was our rock. So when we lost him, I couldn't believe it. That's when I went into all my bad decisions.
My bad decisions started in high school, where I saw and heard things that I just didn't know existed or were even possible. At that point, I started living my life literally one day at a time. I didn't care who I hurt, how I did it, what choice I made. It was about me and myself only. And that's, the last 13 years of my life, and that's how I lived it. I trusted no one but myself. So, it wasn't until I met Lisette that she introduced me back into faith and gave me the idea that it was possible.
My mother played a big role in trying to direct me back into the walk of faith that my grandfather had started for me. I still was hitting bumps on the road. I had my own views and my own ideas on what I thought a Christian life was like.
Yeah, we met, but we were still living in chaos within each other because we looked towards each other for support and direction.
And that's where we started.
And that's where we hit rock bottom.
Right, because we believed that it was you and I against the world and that we could do this. And that's when everything started falling apart for us. You got sick. And that is when we started to look for God to steer us in the right direction, to pray for Him, to pray for you. Because we didn't think you were going to make it.
Yeah, when I was told that it was going to be a 50-50 chance on that second surgery. They said you have a 50-50 chance of coming back out of the surgery. And, and I remember that night we didn't sleep and all we did was just pray.
We did. I said, we have a God, an almighty God, and I know that the doctors are saying it's a 50-50, but we prayed and we prayed, and it was an amazing feeling to have a prayer answered, you said. It was a miracle for you to witness a prayer be answered, and that was you coming out of that surgery.
I came out and I remember asking the nurses, the first thing I asked for was my wife. I was like, where's my wife? And I think that ever since then, it really wasn't until those moments that we decided that we needed to really change our life and devote ourselves in the way that we should be. And we've decided that, in our household, it needs to be God first and protect family and our Christian values, our children, and our the way that that we want to live. And I think it's a great thing that we're here now.
Yeah, so it's not us against the world. Our walk is with our